back again. It's your host, Yano from Chicago, and this is 101 Sports. And we got to go ahead and get into just sports talk, just Sports Talk Tuesday. This is just a chill, light, just day. Just want to talk sports with you guys. So, it's been a couple things that's been going on this weekend. In the NFL, college, we had a lot of stuff going on in the NFL. Major things. Chicago Bears. Me being a Chicago Bears fan is kind of perfect. I can start off with this. We got the whole Thanksgiving Day debacle that they had on national TV, where they had a performance where they started off down 16-0 to the Detroit Lions. They had Tyreek Stevenson, the cornerback, made a good play right before the half where he was able to force a fumble on Jahmyr Gibbs, and they ended up preventing a score before the half, but it was looking pretty ugly. Second half, Bears started to get their bearings. The offense gets to uh, rolling. They ended up, making it down the field. I believe they scored on their first drive in the second half. And then I believe Detroit came back down and scored. Yeah, they ended up with 23 points. Um, Bears come back, still fighting, try to win. Last second drive, Caleb Williams gets them in position. He gets sacked. Forgive me if y'all can hear that. Just some sneezing just a moment ago before recording. So if you hear that, it's just clearing out these sinuses. The weather's getting kind of cold out here. So if you're out there, bundle up. You know, keep your vitamins in you. Stay hydrated. Stay safe. But yeah, so Caleb Williams drives him down the field, gets him in scoring range, takes a sack. It's 32 seconds on the clock. He's trying to get his receivers back down the field. He's waving DJ Moore and Roma Dunze, Keenan Allen. Hey, come back, come back, come back. Down. He doesn't know if they're going to run another play or they calling timeout. But all he knows is that he got another play that they want to execute. Now he's trying to just go ahead and get them aligned. Time's winding down. We're under 20 seconds. He's still checking. He's still, checking the new play because he made an adjustment on the play apparently based on his press conference. He got original play. He checked it to something else and made an adjustment. Um, but the time is ticking down. They get one play off. It ends up getting incomplete. Poor time management. I mean, it was malpractice from a coaching standpoint. It's no way you should have a performance as a coach where you have a timeout, you're within field goal range with 30 seconds, and you don't get a field goal attempt, and you're not on fourth down. You're actually on first down. You can't even explain it. You should have had enough time to at least get everybody in line, take a spike on the first down. So you go on the second down. You can even do a run play to get you lined up the middle, or take another shot towards the sideline, or stay aggressive like San Diego did a few weeks ago, where Coach Harbaugh was getting in the field goal range and they kept running the ball, and J.K. Dobbins goes in and he scores on like a 30-yard run. What does Eberflus do in this situation? He relies on the players to not only execute, but he's relying on them to bail him out with perfection, and that's why you have a poor team at this point. They have a lot of poor penalties, which shows lack of attention to detail. Um, We have a lot of poor penalties as a Chicago's Bears fan. We have penalties. Cole Kmet had two key offensive pass interference plays in the same game, on the same exact play where he was running like a mesh route underneath, picking DJ Moore. He hits the corner. They call the pass interference. Fourth quarter, we run the play again. He does the absolute same thing. Gets the OP, um, or the OPI. He gets that. Just negative plays. Not winning plays. Not to say he's not a good player, but just coaching. A lot of the times in this span here, in the past three, well, we can go past that as back to the Nagy era, but this Eberflus era has been filled and riddled with underperformances, losses that were easily avoidable, and at the end of Thursday's morning game, everyone knew, it was apparent that it he's not him. He's not it. And it was time to make a change at the helm. After the game, I told my wife, I said, I don't know how he walks in to Hallis Hall tomorrow and has a job. I literally said that to her as the time was winding down because it was just an embarrassment. With that being said, they lose. The Bears come out. Kevin Warren, Ryan Poles, they have a press conference, and, well, they make an announcement first that they are letting go of Matt Eberflus, which was deserved at that point. They have their press conference yesterday, on Monday, and what happened in this press conference, a lot of people in the media, a lot of reporters, felt that it was very distasteful, or that it was embarrassing what they did to Matt Eberflus because, as you know, um, what's come out in the media is that Friday morning, Matt Eberflus gets up thinking he's still in the clear, still in the green, thinking he has a job. He goes on and takes a Zoom call, and they asked him about job security, and he was saying, yeah, he's looking forward to coaching the Bears this coming weekend, going against the San Francisco 49ers, at on a 9 o'clock, 9:05. They pushed the time back. Press conference on a Zoom call. So he goes in the interview, or to the press conference, speaking as though he was going to be the head coach. And pretty much shortly after that Zoom call, he was notified that his services were no longer needed, by the Chicago Bears. And that news came out shortly after um, that meeting, with Matt Eberflus, and so a lot of reporters were confused as to direction, especially, after hearing how some of the players after the game, were more than disgruntled. Some of the captains of the team, like Jalen Johnson, verbally assaulted Matt Eberflus. They said that it got to a point that Eberflus was talking to the team, telling them the same old rah rah. Yeah, well, we got to stick together and stick to the principles and the hits and blah 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 blah. And Jalen Jones was like, nah, I'm tired of it. F that, F that. I ain't hearing it. Shut that shit up. We ain't trying to hear it. And it got so bad that Matt Eberflus excused himself out of the locker room into another part of the locker room and exited the locker room. So at that point, it was pretty apparent that the relationship with the players and coach had been disrupted or disturbed, or definitely had been broken to some degree. So that's what leads us to the next point. So after that, another entertaining thing here in the sports world is then they go ahead and they hire as the interim head coach, the current who was the offensive coordinator, who started off as their passing game coordinator, who basically, if anybody's not really, if we just casual sports fans out there and you just hear this, a passing game coordinator is just the assistant to the person who creates the game plan. So he doesn't have any really say so. He just helps assist, like, okay, this is what concepts are going to work. Are we trying to go downfield? Are we trying to go underneath? Are we trying to hit them with crossers? Should we be looking for man beaters? Should we be looking for zone beaters? Okay, and so that's what his job is. He just kind of has those situational plays that are in their playbook, the ones that are best designed for certain tendencies. And so basically he's just there just to make sure that all the plays that we are running this week are going to be right. My receivers and my quarterback knows what our reads are. That's his job, you know. But the thing of it is, Thomas Brown had actually interviewed for a few other offensive coordinator positions, other head coaching positions in the past. He has former experience with the Panthers. But the irony of being a Bears fan is he starts off as the passing game coordinator. Then they fire the offensive coordinator a few weeks ago after his poor performance, after the Cardinals lost and after they lost to the Patriots. They gave him the axe right before the holiday, said, bye bye, we don't need you. And they let him go. And then they bump Thomas Brown up and take the offensive coordinator position that they had Shane Waldron that they brought him in for. So these two guys, Thomas Brown and Shane Waldron, they both interviewed for this same job. And somehow Shane Waldron got the job, right? So yeah, you heard that right. Shane Waldron started off as the offensive coordinator, and Thomas Brown was just like his assistant. Fast forward 4 weeks, you know, from the I guess it will be 5 weeks from the Washington game, or week 6 by the time this next Sunday rolls around. And Thomas Brown's the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Who saw that coming? Please tell me. Like, matter of fact, we need to. I need someone, please, to give me the odds on that happening. When's the last time that's happened in history? Has it ever happened? Please, like, I'm not a statistician or nothing like that. So if anybody has this information, has there ever been an offensive coordinator? Well, no, not an offensive coordinator, passing game coordinator that goes from in one season the passing game coordinator to the OC to the head coach. And this gentleman has 5 weeks to just show and prove